Today's video is going to be a thrifting video, which I haven't done in a while, but I did go on a full day thrift shopping spree the other day. So I want to take you along with me and show you everything that I saw. There were some good things, there were some weird things, as always. I'm also going to share with you some tips for thrifting. So there's a few things, little guidelines that I follow whenever I go thrifting, because it can be really overwhelming at those stores. Sometimes they're disorganized, sometimes there's just too much to take in. So I always have a few little rules that I like to follow when I go, of things to look out for, what's worth it and what's not. And I'm also going to show you everything that I purchased. So we'll do a little haul after this and show you how I styled some of the items around my home. So I'm really excited. There's a lot to get into today. So I'm gonna take it back to the other day when I went thrift shopping and show you what I saw. My first rule of thrifting is to bring something to donate every time that I go. If I'm gonna be bringing new things into my home, I can always find a few things that I no longer use or clothes that don't fit me anymore. I headed right to the frame section because I was on the lookout for some frames that I could use for seasonal art. And the frame section was full today and I was really excited to pick through everything. There were so many great options. I always take a lot of time to just go through each and every one of these and try to picture what they could be with some different art in them. Next, I went to the glassware aisle, which is always overflowing, and to my surprise, I found these glasses, which happened to be the one thing that I really needed to find. I love when that happens. If you're looking for unique or vintage glassware, I highly recommend checking out your local thrift stores because there are so many options and everything is very affordable. I thought that these little plates were so cute, especially for fall. I could see them styled on some open shelving. But I did decide to do a quick Google search and I discovered that this line was discontinued due to the potential of lead being in them. So another tip is to look up any type of dish like this before actually bringing it into your home. Heading on to the book section, I tend to go straight for any large design books that I might find and check out the cover underneath. I'll talk more about that in a little bit, but I found some great ones this time around. The basket area is one of my favorites because I use baskets all over the house for hiding random things and just organization in general, and I'm a sucker for little baskets with unique shapes. My last stop was to the vase section, and if you're thrifting and you see a vase with a cool shape or a great size that you like, don't worry if it's not the color that you like because a little paint goes a long way to totally transform a piece. Okay, so that was my thrifting adventure. So now let me show you everything that I actually bought. So the first thing I picked up were these glasses. I did end up buying them. I love the color of them. They're kind of like this orangey pink tint, almost like a coral color, and they were $2 each. I got 3 of them and they are perfect for this project I have coming up that's gonna be on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you are because I think that's the only place I'm gonna show this DIY. But I'm really excited. I was looking for pinkish tinted glasses, like that was literally why I went, and I thought there's no way I'm gonna find something like that, so this felt like a huge score. I also got these 2 glasses for the same project just in case those ones don't work out. I'll have a little backup, so these were $2 a piece. Next up are the vases. I got quite a few vases. I always like to grab some of different interesting shapes, so I got this green one. It has some marks on it and stuff, so I am probably going to have to paint it because I already tried to clean it and they're not coming off. But I did like the shape of this and this is gonna be really fun to style, so I just have to give it a little bit of a makeover. Oh, I should mention that that last green vase was only $3, which is such a good price for a big size vase like that. Then I found this one, which I think the shape is so cool and it's got kind of this interesting pattern on it. So again, I might paint it. That's the beauty of buying things at Goodwill. This was $5. I'm not paying full price for it, but I really thought the shape was super cool, and that's what's fun about thrift shopping. There's just such a huge assortment of unique items that you might not find elsewhere. I also got these 2. They're not really vases, they're kind of just jars, but they were only $1 a piece, so I had to get them. I don't love the blue, so I'm gonna try to figure out a way to at least change the color of the rim of these. We'll see. I haven't had any great ideas yet, but I'm kind of excited because I think these would be nice to pair with the larger vases with some maybe like dried florals in them for fall or something like that. So we'll see. Next up are the frames, and these were a really cool find because they didn't come together, like they're from different stores, but they're so similar and they complement each other really nicely. So I was really excited to find both of these, and I have an idea to remove this art from it and replace it with something vintage and cool, so I'm hoping to show you that later in this video. I also might try to darken up the metal on the frame a little bit. These were also really affordable. This one was $5 and this one was $8, and if you've bought frames before, you know that that is really cheap because frames could be super expensive. I also got these little baskets. I think I'm gonna style them in the kitchen. I'm not quite sure yet, but I got this one with a little handle, and also this one because I thought it was really funky and cool. And I can never say no to baskets. This one was $2. I don't think there's a price on this one, but I'm assuming it was $2 as well. So that just feels like a good purchase. And then my last purchase, this sweet little find, which was this glass flower dish, and it was $2. My husband said it looks like a grandma's candy dish, but I'm hoping to transform it a little bit and make it look a little cooler. But I mean, I already love it as it is, so if it's grandma-y, then that's just me. I almost forgot that that was not my last purchase. I also got these books. I love when I find bigger books like that because you can see behind me, I use books to style things around my house all the time. It doesn't matter what the cover looks like. If you don't like it, you can just remove it, and usually you'll find a really nice, neutral, plain cover underneath. I also tend to find inspiration from old design books. Design styles come in and out so quickly. This is 20 years later. There's already so many elements of this contemporary design look that are back in style. And so I'm gonna have fun looking through all of these books anyway, and I got them for really cheap, so I feel like it's a total win. Now for the frames that I found, I started off by removing the original backing. These were framed professionally, so I removed the picture wire because I'm not planning to hang these, but even if I do want to do that in the future, I can just add the hardware at that point. I used an X-Acto knife to carefully cut away the paper backing and then removed the prints that were inside. Here's what they looked like with everything removed, and I already think they look totally different without those prints in them. But the tone of them was just a little bit too yellow for what I was going for. So I had an idea that I wanted to test out to darken them slightly. I mixed some black craft paint with a little bit of water. This was kind of a trial and error process, but I dipped a cloth into the mixture and then rubbed it directly onto the frame. The water helps to thin out the paint, so you're just getting a slight hint of darker color onto the frame. It settles into the grooves, but it isn't streaky at all, and it's really easy to work with because you can always wash it off if you don't like it. The before and after is pretty subtle, but you can definitely see it when they're side by side, and I was really happy with the result. I went on Etsy and found some really pretty vintage fall downloadable prints. I think I paid about $5 for each one, and I will link the shop down in the description box because they had a ton of really beautiful images. I had them printed at CVS, and then I just cut them down to size and popped them into the frames. I saved and used the backing that I removed earlier, and I couldn't believe how beautifully these came together. The color of the frames with the autumn tones of the artwork is stunning. These do not look like the same frames that I picked up in the thrift store. They definitely look so much more high-end, and it was not expensive to achieve this look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for coming along with me on my thrifting day. Just for fun, let me know in the comments down below what your best thrift find is ever. So have you ever found something really cool, or maybe it's just a little something that you found that was meaningful to you? Let me know in the comments down below. I also hope that my thrifting tips helped you out and gave you some inspiration on what to look for the next time you go thrifting. I always think it's just such a fun adventure because you never know what you're going to stumble upon, and it's a great way to decorate your home on a budget. It also makes me feel good to know that I'm giving a new life to an object that someone else didn't want anymore. It's just a sustainable way to decorate our homes and to reuse things that still have a lot of life in them. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys really soon.